Hi, I'm Erica. Welcome to the Bible for Busy People. We're a family. We meet here every weekday to study God's Word in 7 minutes or less. I know how busy life can get. Life is cray-cray, but we know Jesus is the way. And in His Word, He says, "Come to me. I will give you rest." So this is us taking Jesus up on His invitation. You are right in the middle of a harvest series right now, and we are studying the book of Ruth. It's a beautiful story about redemption. I think one of the most beautiful stories in the Bible. If you haven't been with us for chapters 1 and 2, let me catch you up here for a hot second. I'll introduce to you the cast of characters. Naomi actually changed her name to Mara, which means bitter, because her husband died and her 2 sons died. Then we have Ruth, Naomi's daughter-in-law, who stayed with her as a widow, stayed with Naomi/Mara, even though she wasn't obligated to. She was a foreigner. She could have gone home to her family, but she returned with Naomi to Judah, to Bethlehem, to her home, to live with her, to take care of her. It's so wonderful to ponder what a lovely act that was. She didn't have to do that. Then there's Boaz, who is a member of Naomi's husband's family, a wealthy man who owns fields. Ruth, the daughter-in-law, was gleaning wheat in his fields, and he notices her, and he hears of her love for her mother-in-law, and he has become her protector. So we pick it up now in Ruth Chapter 3. Here we go. One day, Naomi, the mother-in-law, said to Ruth, "My daughter, it's time that I found a permanent home for you so that you will be provided for. Boaz is a close relative of ours, and he's been very kind by letting you gather grain with his young women. Tonight, he will be winnowing barley at the threshing floor. Now do as I tell you. Take a bath and put on perfume and dress in your nicest clothes. Then go to the threshing floor, but don't let Boaz see you until he has finished eating and drinking. Be sure to notice where he lies down, then go and uncover his feet and lie down there. He will tell you what to do." "I will do everything you say," Ruth replied. So she went down to the threshing floor that night and followed the instructions of her mother-in-law. After Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he lay down at the far end of the pile of grain and went to sleep. Then Ruth came quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. Around midnight, Boaz suddenly woke up and turned over. He was surprised to find a woman lying at his feet. "Who are you?" he asked. "I am your servant, Ruth," she replied. "Spread the corner of your covering over me, for you are my family redeemer." That had to take guts, you know? "The Lord bless you, my daughter," Boaz exclaimed. Can you hear Ruth's sigh of relief? "You are showing even more family loyalty now than you did before, for you have not gone after a younger man, whether rich or poor. Now don't worry about a thing, my daughter. I will do what is necessary, for everyone in town knows you are a virtuous woman. But while it's true that I am one of your family redeemers, there is another man who is more closely related to you than I am. Stay here tonight, and in the morning I will talk to him. If he is willing to redeem you, very well, let him marry you. But if he is not willing, then as surely as the Lord lives, I will redeem you myself. Now lie down here until morning." Ruth's prospects are improving. So Ruth lay at Boaz's feet until the morning, but she got up before it was light enough for people to recognize each other. For Boaz had said, "No one must know that a woman was here at the threshing floor." Then Boaz said to her, "Bring your cloak and spread it out." He measured 6 scoops of barley into the cloak and placed it on her back. Then he returned to the town. When Ruth went back to her mother-in-law, Naomi asked, "What happened, my daughter?" Ruth told Naomi everything Boaz had done for her, and she added, "He gave me these 6 scoops of barley and said, 'Don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed.'" Then Naomi said to her, "Just be patient, my daughter, until we hear what happens. The man won't rest until he has settled things today." You know, Ruth and Boaz deserve each other. They both know how to take care of the ones they love. And aren't you so excited to hear the conclusion of the story of Ruth? Doesn't it make you want to love others well? Until next time, remember how loved you are.